So, hello and welcome to my weight loss journey week 2. Now, the thing here is, it's not week 2. Week 2 would be days 8 to 14, as you'll see from the videos at the end. However, I've neglected to do the YouTube bit, so I'm actually on about day 50 at the moment. To be honest, I'm plus a day 50, and one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I'm bored, because I'm having a break from intermittent fasting and exercising at the moment because I have COVID. Yes, I was tested positive the other day, so now I'm about 5 days into it. I am going nuts just sitting in a room watching Netflix because that's pretty much all I can do at the moment because we take the isolation quite seriously in this house for various reasons, including not least of which my daughter is a trauma nurse or was a trauma nurse during the pandemic in London, and I saw her for 6 months because she was with us for the first 6 months how traumatizing it was for the NHS staff and how hard they had to work over the pandemic. And people say, no, it's not real and everything else. Trust me, it was real. I saw it firsthand. Well, actually, it was more secondhand, I suppose you'd say, but you know what I mean. So I'm here to go through my week 1 with you, how well I'm doing, how hard it's been, and in this particular instance, a trauma midway through. So it does come up in these video clips at the end of it that my original experiment was going to be for 14 days, and I made a decision halfway through the week or during the week, I think on day 9 it comes up in the videos, that I'm actually going to extend it to 35 days because that actually brings me to my birthday, which is 59. You'd be happy for me, but that was a few weeks ago. So that's changed as well. So although the original experiment was up to 35 days, and this is what it leads to, I've now extended to 70 days. But if I'm honest, it's probably going to be a lifestyle, subject to me not wasting away entirely, because I do have a target. My overall target, I suppose, is double figures. Technically, the least I can remember myself weighing is about 82 kilos in early 80s. I can't see me going down to that. I'd probably look a bit gaunt and drawn, if I'm honest, because I'm older now. Much older. So anyway, so that's what that's going to be. I'm going to try and, no, it's a lifestyle. Intermittent fasting works for me because I'm very impulsive when it comes to eating. If I see something I fancy, I will eat it. Now, if I can't do that before 1 o'clock in the day, it's much more helpful when I've got a garage, getting coffee, getting fuel. I don't pick up a bun or a chocolate bar or anything like that. Well, not that I can have chocolate anymore because of my lactose intolerance, but there you go. So we're going to try it that way. I also mentioned sleeping. Sleeping seems to be better, deeper, longer, more useful. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe it's because I'm losing weight. But they say people suffer from it in sleep apnea. Maybe that's the reason. Because I'm losing weight, I'm being able to breathe better at night and everything else. So yeah, they do recommend 8 hours sleep when you're losing weight and fasting and all that sort of thing and exercising. Still not managing that. Don't think I'll ever manage 8 hours because, to be honest, I'm not really a sleeping sort of person. I certainly can't sleep in the morning. If I want more sleep, I have to go to bed early. And we are going to bed early, but that's not just me. That's my wife as well, because she's having trouble sleeping. So if she's in bed earlier, she'll sleep earlier. That's the theory. Now, day 11. Gonna try and be a bit more refined, a bit more subtle here, because day 11 was a bad day. You'll see that the clip for Reels and for for YouTube Shorts, probably for TikTok as well, was about 14 seconds. Now the reason for it is I recorded it as I was walking away from what I found in the morning. So at 6:15 on this morning, I was out doing my walk and I found a gentleman had hung himself from a tree in the local park. It wasn't a very pleasant experience, quite traumatizing. Called the police, got them involved, they got the body, they got the ambulance, took it down, sorted everything out. I wasn't the first person to walk past this tree, and nobody else had noticed, which was a little bit disconcerting, to be honest. But more importantly, he was hung very close to a footpath that took 200 plus children to school in the mornings, where they would have walked past. So if nobody had found him, it could have been quite traumatizing for very young children. So I'm glad that happened and he was gone before the school opened. But it was hard. It was slightly traumatizing. I did say thank you in the video then. I'm going to say thank you now to my friends and family, all the hugs I got and all the support I got that day. I'm over it now, and that's pretty much all I want to say about it. But listen, it's always something more. Suicide it leaves a hole for a lot of other people, not just for you. And then of course there was day 12. Now day 12 on this video, you'll see two videos for day 12 because there was a TikTok version which is longer than the other one. Now the other one is obviously for Reels and for YouTube Shorts, so it's less than a minute or a minute. The TikTok one has all the information the first one has, but it's a bit more extended and some more thoughts closer to the time. So I've put them both in. They're pretty much the same, but if you want to watch them, they're there to see both of them. Okay. I'm going to drop in another video which might be in week 1 because I can't remember and put it there. To be honest, I'm too lazy to go back and check because I have to search through and find it. It's about dressings. It's throwaway. It's almost humorous. It's about how much mayo I actually put on my salads because I am eating more salads, which is better because I'm getting more minerals and vitamins and all the other stuff with the salads, and it fills me up. It's like it's 800 grams of food most days, which sounds a lot, but calorie wise it's quite low, which is great. And I enjoy it. So lots of tomatoes, carrots, and all sorts of stuff in there. And this little clip is about the amount of mayo I put on, which is absurd. I've now found a light mayo. I use Hellmann's normally, but Hellmann's light mayo has cream in it, which my lactose intolerant doesn't like. And it seems a bit odd if you put cream in mayonnaise, but I found some other alternatives that are light, so lower calorie, and they don't have the cream in, which is great. And then there's the naked as a J-board for the weigh-in. Now I do the weigh-in. I'm not going to tell you what the weigh-in is now because wait till the end and see the surprise or not. But in the intro video too, I used the phrase naked as a J-bird and then say, put it in the comments if you've heard of it or know what it is. Well, nobody did. So if you're interested, naked as a J-bird comes from the single The Streak from the 70s. There was a phase of people running naked through sporting events, certainly in Britain and certainly in America, and a DJ in America called Wade Stephens made a novelty song about it. So that was called The Streak, and one of the characters in there used the phrase naked as a Jaybird, and it sort of stuck with me ever since. So it's probably showing my age a bit. I'm still doing this. I'm continuing on intermittent fasting. If you want to join me, by all means, subscribe, like, whatever. This may not be for you. It's working for me. I'm not going to tell you how well, because that's later on in the videos. But it is working. So maybe it'll work for you. It's just a calorie deficit at the end of the day. I mean, there is talk about other things that it does, but I'm not sure if that's true. But it works for me. So my advice to anyone out there, and I'm not qualified in any way, is if you're trying something, if you wish to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever, try something. But give it a good try. Don't try it for a couple of days and no, this isn't working. A couple of weeks, a month at least. Really, a month. And if that's working for you, continue. If it isn't, stop it and try and find something else. We can all do this. We can all make your goals. It's just about discipline at the end of the day. And discipline is the thing that's motivating me at the moment. Anybody can be motivated. You can be motivated for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, for a whole life. You're very lucky then. But to get out and do the exercise, and for me to get up at 5 a.m. and go out and do the exercise every day, needs discipline. Not to eat the crap that you're offered in the high street needs discipline. You can break that. You don't have to exercise every single day. You don't have to eat good food every single day. You can have a day off. Go and have a pizza. Go and have a McDonald's. Whatever. But one blip isn't going to make a difference. If you change it and just have a day off, fine. Just have a day off, but continue on after it. Don't think you failed because you've had that Big Mac. Because you haven't failed. It's just a one-off. Go back to the healthy eating. Everybody's entitled to have some fun. Enjoy what you do. Don't force yourself to do anything you don't want to, but you still need the discipline to do the things you really need to do and you know you need to do. So yes, I suppose you have to force yourself, but don't make it too hard because you'll fail. But having a blip isn't a failure. Have a lovely week. I'll hopefully see you next week. See ya. Oh, enjoy the videos. Link and subscribe. Morning, intermittent fasting, day 8. I'm having trouble remembering how many days it is now, so maybe. Just been out for a quick walk, done a bit of yoga. Not a lot today because I sort of smashed my steps yesterday. For me, anyway, I sort of over 17,000 steps because it was a busy work day, even though it was a Sunday. Just to be clear, for those of you who sort of pick up on this and find me, what the hell's he doing? Intermittent fasting. Now, there's a few different intermittent fasting things out there. This is the 16-8 intermittent fasting. That's easy for you to say. It's very early here. So I'm not eating for 16 hours and then only having an 8-hour window to eat. So my next window for eating opens at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So I haven't eaten since at least 9 o'clock last night, probably a little before that. and then I will eat for 8 hours, not constantly for 8 hours. I am actually seen to be eating less anyway, and I try to change my diet so it's a bit more health friendly, if you like. Anyway, that's what I'm doing at the moment. If you wanted an update, and see you. Morning, day 9. Yes, so today I'm taking leftovers to work for my lunch, and it was dirty rice last night, which is very meat heavy, lots of ground beef or minced beef if you like, and a little bit of rice in it. So rice is a carb, or known to be a carb, and I just had a look at the back. So there's 5 grams of protein to every 39 grams of carbs. So that's round the wrong way really, because I really want to try and be a bit more protein heavy in my diet, but I'm surprised how hard that's going to be, because apparently I'm supposed to be eating like almost a gram of protein per day per kilo of my weight, which is like 110, 113, call it 115 just to be a round figure, and that's a lot of protein. I mean, I had 3 eggs for lunch yesterday, and that was only 20 grams of protein, so I'm going to have to look into this a bit harder. So yeah. So, day 9, part 2. As I said in the beginning, I'm approaching fast my 59th birthday, and today I'm feeling the residue effects of my hard working weekend, because it was quite physical. And the biggest problem I've seen with age is the recovery, and when you do exercise or things that are physical, you tend to ache for longer, or in this case it's had a day's break, and now all of a sudden I'm feeling rather tired. So I'm going to do some stretching this morning, but that's probably about all, because I'm feeling particularly knackered physically. Not tired. I mean, I went at an early night, and I slept pretty well, and yeah, physically quite exhausted today. And the problem is for me, when I'm tired like that, I tend to eat to try. I suppose it's to try and recover the energy, and obviously fasting, so I can't really eat until 1 o'clock. Well, I can't. Not really. I can't at all. So let's see where this goes. So yeah. So here we go. Day 9 continued. As you can see, I'm out in the middle of the countryside. Now, I normally don't date check these extra ones, but I thought I would this. Now, there's a very good reason for this. It occurred to me this morning that day 35 is also a Sunday. So day 14 is a Sunday coming up, which is my supposed weigh-in day, and day 35 is a Sunday. It's also my birthday, so I'm going to drop the experiment part. I'm going to say I'm now going to do this for at least 5 weeks. So that'll bring me down to my birthday on the 3rd of April, and yes, I will be 59 years old, and I'll only be fasting for probably 14 hours because I'm going for breakfast that day as a birthday treat. Anyway, that's an update. See ya. Quick update. Probably too much information, but this morning whilst making my coffee, and just after making the first video, my pyjama bottoms fell to my ankles. Why am I telling you this? Because they're a drawstring pair of PJs, non-elasticated pair, and the knot in front has been there for at least 6 months that I know of, because I couldn't get it undone. Is this a good sign? Are they now falling down because I've lost some weight? Today's day 10. Day 14 is the official weigh-in. We're going to find out then. See ya. Hey, good morning. Day 10. I sound much better than I look. No, I sound much better than I feel. It's about 5:45, so I'm up a little later than I normally would be. And I have no idea whether this has anything to do with intermittent fasting or not, but I seem to be sleeping better. And longer, which is odd for me. So we went to bed early last night, and I woke up a couple of times during the night, but I still feel like I slept better. Don't feel much more refreshed, which is a thing. But and the other thing at the moment is it seems that my lactose intolerance is getting worse, not better. Not better. It's something that's going to get better. I can take tablets, I suppose, to make it better temporarily. But I had a Whisper Gold on the way home last night, because I do love a Whisper Gold, but they don't love me anymore, it seems. And I blew up like a character in Willy Wonka, and it was quite painful to sleep. But hey, that was only to start with. Things are getting better. Things are moving on. Day 10. See you later. Okay, day 11. This is just a marker for day 11, because I won't be doing anything today. Went for a walk and found something that nobody else would want to find in a park. That's it. See ya. Morning, day 12, intermittent fasting. Yesterday was a bad day, as you may have noticed from my reel. Just to say, out of my morning exercise, I found a body in the park. I'm not going to talk about it here. I might talk about it on TikTok, because there's just not enough time here. I'm just here to say thank you to my family, to my friends, to my colleagues, who gave me a lot of support yesterday, because it was quite traumatic. But I got through it, and I'm okay. not something I'd recommend for anybody, but there you go. So again, thank you to everybody. I'm still on the journey. It's day 12, fasting till 1. Managed to do it till yesterday, but I probably went a bit over the top on the food yesterday afternoon. Sugar for a shock, I suppose. But anyway, thank you to everyone, and I'm continuing onwards. See ya. So day 12. Yes, yesterday was a bit odd, as you probably noticed if you follow me here on TikTok. I just put a marker in because as I was out doing my morning exercise yesterday, I found a body in the park hanging from a tree. Quite traumatic. I'd like to say thank you to all my family and my friends and my colleagues for the support that they gave me during the day. I did manage to continue the fast until 1 o'clock, although I probably went a little bit over the top on the sugar and the food in the afternoon, so my caloric deficit was probably not what it should have been yesterday. Now to that, I'm going to say, I don't know what intermittent fasting does, whether it's, because there's lots of different theories out here. People that push intermittent fasting say that it stops this and it burns that and blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know the truth. I don't know facts, and there are people out there that probably do. And they can jump in here at any time and say, yeah, this is why it does it. But one of my problems is eating. I do love to eat. So by doing this fast, I am eating less as a result. So that's possibly the reason it's working. I don't know the details. I think it's working. I'm 2 days away from my first official weigh-in. So I will let you know in 2 days whether this is working for me. It might not work for you, but if it works for me, it may work for you. It's a little bit more, I don't know, disciplined possibly. But anyway, as I said, I had a bad day yesterday, so thank you to everybody that gave me support and helped me. I had quite a few hugs yesterday, which was rather nice. I'm getting over it, getting past it. I may talk about that a little later, maybe on a different TikTok channel, because it's not really relevant to what I'm doing here. But anyway, have a wonderful day, everybody. Be thankful for what you've got. Say I love you to a few people. Smile. Have a good day. That's all I've got to say. See ya. So here we are, day 13. 1 day to go before the first official weigh-in. I have snuck one in. But anyway, how's it been going? It's not been going badly. I mean, we all know about the problem the other day. I have had a couple of stomach problems recently. Now, it started about 4 days ago, and that was my fault. I am lactose intolerant, and, well, I've mentioned it before. I had a Whisper Gold, and, it doesn't like me anymore. A lot of pain. But for the days after, every day since that, I've had a bit of a late afternoon, had a bit of a stomach issue. It could be the change of diet. Could be residue from the lactose thing. Don't know. Quick TMI warning. I haven't made the toilet properly recently either. Although, just believe that one. I don't know. But tomorrow's the big day. See ya. Hello, here we go. Day 14. Today's the official weigh-in. But I'm not going to do it just yet. So it's a bit early. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to go out for a walk first, get some exercise in, and then we'll see how it goes. Do it after my bath, maybe. Naked as a jaybird. That's quite an old reference. I don't know if you're going to be able to get that one. Anybody who recognises that reference, drop an answer in the comments. A bit quiet. Naked as a jaybird. Comes from a song. Anybody, any ideas? So, back from your walk. Normally this jacket I'm wearing I'd hang inside out because it's waterproof, but it's sort of rubberized and not breathable, so it's wet on the inside from sweating. But as you can probably see, it's going to get hung the normal way today because it's a bit wet outside. Raining, not cats and dogs, but it's raining. See you a bit later. Okay, reveal time. Day 14, and it's a Sunday, and I'm at 112.3. So that's about 1.6 kilos down, so about 3 pounds, give or take, over 2 weeks. That's pretty healthy. A little disappointed. I thought it might be a bit more. Going to try a bit harder next week, and we'll see how it goes. Not sure if I'll weigh in next Sunday, but the next official weigh-in, I suppose, would be the 3rd of April, which is my birthday. We'll see how it goes. See ya. So, salad made. Yeah, quite surprised actually, because I put it on the scale to put the mayo in. really quick to get to 40. I have to say, be careful with your dressings. I keep saying that, but it's true. The thing is, when I took it off the scale, because I had to put it on a bowl to mix it because there was so much of it, there was like 700 grams worth of food in there. And then I remembered I hadn't put the kidney beans in, so it was over 800 grams. But then I had to, of course, it was the bowl as well, because I hadn't done it before. The bowl, took the bowl off, which is about 175 grams. So there's about 700 grams of food in there. It's pretty heavy, but it's mostly veggies and just a little bit of mayo. Well, for me, it's a little bit. For most people, it's probably quite a lot. Just thought I'd mention that, because I've still got to find some bickies, because the ones I got yesterday were probably a little too much. Anyway, see ya.